Hi, I'm Dan Swenson. I'm a church council member, and right now I'm focusing on modernizing our church website and building a church app. Reaching more people is something that's always on churches' minds, and that's because, well, there's no one easy way to reach everybody. People are diverse, and we all have different habits, so what we're trying to do is cater to all different people. Some people will be at church every Sunday and will read the announcements in the newsletter. But for those who can't be there every Sunday, we have to find ways to keep them updated and in the loop of our church community. For those who have drifted away or those who aren't yet a part of our community but are thinking about it, we need to make it as easy as possible to find information about our church and be reminded about things going on in our church. One of the ways of doing that we're focusing on most right now is updating and modernizing our website and also creating a church app for our smartphone members. These two things will help to make info more accessible and help to bring the church to some of our members by supplying information via things like an online church calendar and a news feed, providing easier access to content like sermons, and reminding members about upcoming events with alerts that they can receive on their phone. There are a lot of great programs and events going on in Emmanuel. A new website and an easily accessible app will help to keep members both informed about these things and help to keep God in the front of their minds, despite how hectic life can sometimes be.
Thank you, Dane. And now from Lynette.
Good morning. My name is Lynette Stoneburner, and I'm the Confirmation Director at Emmanuel. I'm here to talk to you today about the reaching component of Emmanuel's mission statement that says, empowered by God's hope and love, we can reach, teach, and serve all. In the good olden days of 2019, most of us were able to get into our cars, drive to church during 3 designated times, enter the doors, and sit in a pew comfortably to listen to a message about God's love and forgiveness. We never gave that privilege a second thought. Yes, it was a privilege. We didn't realize it a few months ago, but we are realizing it now that we're no longer able to do it. Have we really stopped to realize what a privilege it was? If we were part of the group that could go to church on a Thursday night or Sunday morning, we were well fed with God's word. Did we ever stop to think about our other members or community that weren't so lucky? How were we reaching them? Now that the playing field is level and we can only worship online, we are starting to see those members who have been neglected through traditional worship. We are seeing the families that couldn't bring in their young children to worship service join us live online in their living rooms while they chase their kids around. We are hearing thank yous from the caregivers who could never attend in-person worship due to their caregiving responsibilities. They feel more connected and less isolated now. People who work third shift can now log in to see a service and join in our Facebook group and feel like they belong. Older members who can no longer drive or feel safe outside of their home can log in to see familiar faces and stay current with church business. Teenagers and their parents have multiple outlets to connect to God's Word and staff through Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook groups. It's exciting to think how much further we could expand this reach with updated technology, an updated online presence through our website, and more staff hours allocated to online ministry. We now realize that Emmanuel is not contained within these 4 walls of our building. Some members, and our future members, may never step foot inside, but will be impacted by our ministry through spreading God's word and love on our online community and beyond. We can reach that young family 30 miles away that may never be able to attend an in-person service for many years until their children are older. We can reach that dementia caregiver who is desperately looking for a way to worship in their home with their loved one with a familiar service. We can connect our older members with younger members in ways that we could never have imagined before. We might reach a teenager in the middle of the night who is searching for peace and will go to YouTube to hear the message that they are loved by God. We may spread out to communities far and wide with people that may never ever visit Seymour, but want to be part of Emmanuel's family and spread our mission. Discipleship looks very different right now. And that can be exciting to see where God is leading us in this new era. In a few months, we will go back to normal. We may start forgetting the only time we could hear God's word and see God's people was on a computer screen or outside in a parking lot. This memory might start to fade as we get comfortable doing what we've always been privileged to do, and that's to go inside a building on a Sunday morning. But those young families will remember, our older and younger members will remember, our caregivers, our third shift workers, our newest members formed in different communities will remember. They will all remember a time where they were once included into our community and heard the message of God's love and hope. They will remember how they once felt to be included in Emmanuel. We have a wonderful opportunity to create a strong digital ministry presence and be good stewards of this campaign so that we can reach all. With your gifts, we can update our online tools, give staff the proper time to minister digitally. We have some exciting ideas of ways to reach, engage, teach, and serve, all empowered by God's love and hope.